Hi, I'm Pharaoh, and today we are going to continue with getting the salvage frigate modules. I'm in a different region with merchants, and this one is the Yekwel Terminus. Again, it's not going to be far away from the beaten track. We'll probably find mostly discovered systems here. I did spot here that there was a Raider Planetary Harvester, and I'm going to do that one. And this is going to be a shorter stream, theoretically. But I'm hoping we can get 6 of these salvage frigate modules quite quickly. So let's start off. With this hopefully quick mission. They're usually not too bad, the raid missions. There's definitely still a bit of a bug going on, which is a common recurring bug. But not being able to land if there's a landing pad in sight. Oh, we've got that royal set up. We don't want that. Although I will be testing that later to see if that has better scanning stats or not. After the question came up the other day. There, painless. Wait for the sentinels to stop searching. Love the fact that they come through the door, but they can't see a thing in here. Just quickly grab the data. Hi Gravnaut, hi Ignition. My chat didn't show up, so I've obviously got a program missing. Let me just make sure I've got that loaded. I use a separate program to keep eye on chat, and it obviously wasn't responding, so that's better, I think. We'll see if that works. If anybody wants to just wave in the comments, I'll be able to tell if it's working. Okay, so that's a very quick one done already. I need to debrief my frigates. That's better. That's working now. I need to debrief my frigates, and I probably need to switch to an ordinary view. Let's hand in this mission. Let's get my camera over there. Getting my camera where it's supposed to sit is sometimes awkward. Right. Hand it in. So we now have, I think that's 7. Yep, 7. So 5 to get. And we're done with what we want to achieve with the freighter, which is being able to warp to any system. while I'm in here. And oh, hang on. I'm switching out of the game, and I've now got another screen here that I can theoretically pull your question up without interrupting the game. Do you have a face tracking camera? I have a software face tracking using NVIDIA, what's it called? Broadcast. So it's a little bit slow and a little bit frustrating sometimes, but it does kind of work as long as I kind of move around and make it follow me. Psychonic egg. I'm mostly interested in those and the spawning sacks. I'm glad that's working on my other screen. That's gonna help a lot. Had a brainwave this morning. No, I use a little program called what's it called? Social Stream Ninja. Social Stream Ninja, which kind of looks through all of your chats. I mean, you can do it for multi-streaming, and then I just use a browser to control what I put on the screen. And I just realized today that I could use my iPad sitting next to me as a way of controlling those. So, right, I didn't get any. I've only got the Psychonic egg. I didn't get anything other than just one of those. That's really sad. Got no space to put anything. I'll put that there. So I guess I'll get another load out. If I was really grinding this save, I'd probably have bought more frigates by now. Discovery 3. I think I can do that. I'll do the longer one. Exploration. At least I'm grinding these up a bit. They're getting there. Some into B's, some into A's. That's the organic I'm going to send out. What have we got? 3 and 3. Maybe send out one more. Maybe send out that combat frigate. That takes us into 4 out of 3, so that's good. Balance 1. Discover. I don't think I'm going to be able to do 2 discoveries at 3, so I'll have to do a balanced or trade. I think I'm a bit weak on trade, so I'll try the balance first. See, that's not bad on trade, that organic. Exploration, combat, industrial. I didn't do another trade. That 2 and 2. It's not great. Let's see if we can squeeze a little bit out. 3 and 2. Not happy with these expeditions, but they'll have to do. It's only 1-star trade, so it's not too bad. Yeah. They're not now likely to be that successful. I should have got some more frigates when I could, but we're getting towards the end of this exercise now, so it seems a bit pointless to go out and get loads of frigates and grind them up from C-class at this stage. Let's move those out of there. So at some point I'm going to test this multi-tool. This no, this one. I've put the basics in it. I'm going to try swapping the things over, but of course it's only A class. Swapping the modules over, and I haven't really got enough modules, nanites at the moment, to make it up to S class. So we'll see what we can grind. Right, I'm going to go back to the space station I was just at, because that's a reasonably untapped merchants. I have an old-fashioned analog clock alarm set to remind me that I need to get off the stream in a couple of hours. So I've got other things to do today, but I wanted to try and not delay this too much, just in case the new update is something that we want to stream. Let's have a look around. I would expect the new update on Thursday. Let's get a conflict. Yes, Yequel Terminus we're looking for. Well, I could use my watch, but I'm going to use an analog clock because I want it sounding out in the room. Very lucky the other day how many I got. It'd be nice to be lucky and get these quite quickly. I'm not there, I'm not. Let's see what missions we've got. I'm also doing pretty well with space now. I've not had to tidy up my my exosuit anywhere near as much. I very nearly put a 2-hour countdown timer on using Steam because Ignition was talking about doing that, using timers and clocks. But I think it was slightly affecting my frame rate, so I couldn't do it. Although I'd need to test it more thoroughly, because I had other things running at the time. It might not have been that. I didn't want to run the risk. That's the stream frame rate, not my game frame rate. Frame rate on this, well, actually the frame rate's fine on this Galaxy, but it doesn't have stutter. So something's wrong. The animations are wrong. Okay, we've got another Dreadnought. I'll definitely be doing those. Got to think in terms of upgrading our freighter, making our fleets better off. Quite lined up. This is not an optimal run. Ideally, there's a timing you can use where one is popping up just after you've shot the previous one. Actually, that wasn't bad. I can pop out quite early. It was the first one that's a bit annoying though, because you've got to get that. Alright, so if we can line it up, we can shoot the balls from a distance. So around about this red line is the maximum damage. Okay. I'm never 100% sure, but I think it probably would increase the effectiveness of the current missions as well as future missions. So I presume the success rate is calculated at the end, not the beginning. Even though the individual things that happen on an expedition are predetermined by the seed of the expedition. Yeah, it's definitely the easiest method to get S-Class. And you can grind them reasonably quickly. And you can just go from pirate system to pirate system if you're not worried about the being an ordinary system. But I am at the moment, so it's slightly rarer. Well, actually, it's not clear if it's slightly rarer. Oh, there's a traveller there. Storage augmentation. Let's have a look at this traveller. Approach the lost traveller, blah, blah, blah. You there. Have you ever felt alone, under threat from forces beyond imagining? Are you comfortable with universal cohabitation? Sorry, multiversal. If so, you'll love the Retokniv Expanse, our capital. You get the impression that they're taking the mickey out of the guilds, the people that run the larger civilizations. Our capital, Drogradur No 425, is Throneworld to our thriving community of interdimensional anomalies. Please consider moving today. To my horror, I discover it is not a hologram at all. The traveller shakes their head, saying they are not sure if there is room for me in their organisation. And that's where they came from. We'll do that. Let's hope there's a mission that we can also do. Nope. Okay, well, we'll run it quickly. Wondering if it might be worth all of the modules I stored up that are the living ship modules, whether it might be worth just selling them all and seeing if I can get to 50k quicker. But I don't think I'm really close enough. I'm only about halfway. Of course, there's no control over the over how good the modules are from the dreadnoughts. You'd need to use derelicts to get the absolute best for things like hyperdrive distance and efficiency. I think it's fuel efficiency is the other one that's variable. Nexus has salvage frigate module now. How long we got? So it just popped up this second. My man in the Nexus tells me I need to go. My surrogate Nada. Actually, isn't the new part available now as well? The new Quicksilver part. As I've got a full 10 minutes, I'll have a quick look. I am marching to the beat of the salvage frigate module drum. Raider Planetary Depot. Excellent, that's a nice easy one. Should just have time to check this before it... Yes, some people don't notice that the bar's across the top there, so you can tell when it's ready to give. Yeah, 500. I haven't got 500 yet. I hopefully will at the end of this mission. Will it take me somewhere different? Probably not this one. Oh, it did. Am I still in the same region? Yes, I am. Actually, I want to switch back.
Alert. Navigational data received.
I do like the way that the icon now sweeps to where you go. I don't always follow it. I don't always pay attention to it. But it does help you locate things a lot easier. I'm guessing it's going to be here to find the location. Let's find out.
Extreme Sentinel unit.
Yes.
Extreme Sentinel unit.
No, wrong multi-tool again. I was already on neutron cannon. So it should give me coordinates to a depot, which it has. Whoa, hello. It's nice. And right, where are these coordinates? How far away are they? Gonna have to fly. Now, we always used to be able to just shoot these with our spaceship. Then it stopped working. And then it started working again. I think the trick is to make sure it pops up on the... And it hasn't, so I'm going to land anyway. Now it says destroy depots. I could probably just take off and shoot them again, but I won't now. Stop shooting at me now.
Sentinel movement detected.
Nice planet terrain. Did it send us to a purple? Yes. Oh, look at that. It's like a tower on top of the mountain. It's very nice terrain indeed. These things spoil it a little bit, but when they're prominent like that, they look really good. That's a strange take. Oh, I guess in Perma, yes, it does sometimes make you think, hang on a minute. It's not giving me anything. I'm not being... Oh no, there they come. I might be able to get all the way to the space station at least. No, they still haven't intercepted me. It's threatened to send interceptors, but they haven't spawned. Am I in a... No, I'm in a... I'm in an ordinary system. Oh, wrong one. What was I trying to click?
Received.
Hi, Alphas. For some reason, it only puts the first name up. I thought I'd change that. Alphas Rocky. No, I was correcting myself. I don't think it's that strange a take when I realised you were talking about if you're on Perma. Complete mission. So that's another one. So we've got 8, I think. Yep. Have we got enough? No, we haven't got enough to buy that next part. That's taken us to 28, so it might be worth waiting for a couple of minutes. So maybe I'll just see if the very unreliable Helios actually gives us anything. We've got the derelict freighters again, so we'll grab that. But he's not asking for any scans again. Well, hopefully the way I look for underground creatures is giving you a couple of tips. I know there's no easy way of finding the underground creatures, but there are strategies. Oh, it sent me back to the same. I should have taken note of the system. Right. Let's go somewhere else. Conflict. Well, that's a nice looking planet. Might pop down there. Can't totally ignore the nice looking planets, even if we are up against the clock.
Hostile scan detected.
Is this going to let me in? He's parked in a very inconvenient spot. Yes, it is going to let me in. I think a lot of people see perma and survival as just unnecessarily more difficult. But I think the more you understand the history of the game, I think the more you understand that that was kind of where the balance is. And they do seem to continue to maintain the balance better on survival. So it's kind of the default game, but not quite. Getting lucky with the travellers today. Couldn't read him out though. Seems to be mostly a trader. So that's... I just have to be somewhere else in a couple of hours, or about an hour and a half. So I can't spend quite as long on this stream. But it will keep me focused. Oh, I just bounced off that ship and straight back in. Might have to reload to get out of this space station. Because that thing was still in the doorway. But I do want to try and get these salvage frigate modules and get my freighter being able to walk to any system as quickly as possible. So it's focusing the mind. Right, the grave isn't on that planet, it's on that planet. So let's have a very quick look at this planet. See what we find. Green with slightly teal trees, not bad looking. Some red leaf trees. It's all the standard stuff, not anything that new. Kind of got that corn / nip stuff that we were being played with after Worlds Part 1 for a while. Which makes me cringe now every time I see it, because we were seeing it everywhere for a while. we can lay claim to it. And it has abundant fauna, so maybe we'll come back here for our test if we get the scanners working. Yeah, I try to keep within 3 to 4 hours, but sometimes I just get a bit lost in the game, which is a good thing. Okay, so the this is going to be called ample fauna, just because that's why I'm doing it. Also, if I'm close to achieving something I'm trying to set out to achieve in the stream, then I'm more likely to just keep ploughing on. So yeah, some of my recent streams have been about 5 hours. I was considering editing them down, but I don't think it's really worth editing down streams. It takes a long while. Plus, the only way I can edit them down is to lower the resolution slightly, because I haven't been recording them. That one before. So what have we got to now? 13. So we nearly got all the cliffs. This has got newer type fauna on it. Flora on it. I quite like these particular plants. This is a very, very dense field. Well, there might just be far enough away to get a bit of boost there, but no. Hope we get a mission at least. Nope. Coming up to, well, we just clicked into another check at the anomaly. Storage augmentation. I would not usually be disappointed that I'm getting those in a normal game. Do you happen to be at the anomaly still, Gravnort? If so, is it worth me going there? Different region. That'll do. Nothing at present time. Cool. Well, it's definitely going to help because as I say, I'm a bit up against the clock today and I want to get these done today, ideally. So, 4 more. Okay, bulkhead. Again, not something I would normally be upset by. Let's just try and rotate these quicker. Pirate controlled. That'll do. Oh, another
Hostile ships approaching.
dreadnought. They're just asking for it. It even encourages you to go into here and tells you what to do. I've not noticed that before.
Missile inbound.
Perfectly lined up. Let's get that one there and the one behind it, hopefully. Got my timing wrong. Probably doesn't make a huge amount of difference. Yes, I got all of them that time.
Freighter warp initiated. Warning. Civilian shields depleted.
Come on.
Heavy missile inbound.
It's not doing any damage. Oh, it was doing damage.
Hostile ships defeated. Units received.
Does the boundary herald get stuck in the trenches? No, I don't think so. I think those trenches are really big. If we were to go into photo mode, then you would soon realise how huge they are. Oh, another. The creature, it spoke to me, it saw me, even in the space between worlds. Do you know what it did? It gave me a gift, a single piece of paper, a mathematical proof. Traveller offers me a darkened manuscript, the material flesh-like and almost translucent. Okay. I read the manuscript. It appears to show a mathematical proof that the concept of goodness does not exist. As I read, the traveller stares at me. They ask how we can possibly go on knowing this is true. I do not know. We exchange gifts and move on, troubled by what I have read. Oh, don't forget to grab the grave. Come on, let's... Yes.
Received.
3 to go. There's the grave. I don't feel quite as guilty not... although this may be discovered by me, but I don't feel quite as guilty when we're in the regions near the expedition, not fully exploring things. Whereas if I'm not in my normal game, if I'm going from system to system for some reason, I get quite guilty that I haven't explored the planet because it's just my normal mode of play. See, this is what the Realm of Glass really is. A realm of glass where nothing lived, where everything that had ever been or would be catalogued, stored and accumulated. The Sentinels, they had found the answer to their struggle, their directive to save life whatever the cost. They could use the glass to preserve those they had to. Nothing would ever truly die again. It's the archive of... We've been doing these. Personal refiner, we don't need that one. It's kind of the memory banks of the universe, the Realm of Glass. Conflict. Well, I think you can guess one of them. There's one ship that I'm almost always flying in every stream apart from this one. Hi, Horf SMS. Good to see you. Yep, that's my choice, Starborn Runner. Nishan guessed it, and Horf agrees.
Product received.
Yeah, I do quite like the coloration of the Phoenix. I might be tempted, but of course that doesn't have the photonics core. So you'd want to get the Starborn Runner and rip the photonics core out, and then put it in the Phoenix. So then you'd be using 2 up, and the question was if you only had 2. So I'd go for the Starborn Runner. What else? Probably isn't the Burning Barrel an expedition reward? Can't remember for sure, but it always feels like a vital part that you should have. That's a very big planet behind there. Over that, I'm just very close to a very small... Oh, it's the moon I'm very close to. This perspective is very odd, though. Thanks for keeping me in touch, Gravnaut. Yes, of all of those ships, I'd always go for the Starborn Runner. But if I was just focusing on rewards, not just ships, then I would go for a building part. It's always good for someone who's always interacting. I like the chatter. Otherwise, there'd be no point even streaming, really. So, thanks for saying that.
Product received.
It's about streaming and chatting for me. So, conflict. I feel like I'm grinding these with nothing else going on, so maybe I should switch my activity a little bit. Well, luckily the YouTube algorithm loves chatterboxes. That's a whole thing. Yeah, I was considering this. I was considering whether or not there might be different, because there's an index as opposed to a percentage chance. Maybe we are not. I mean, it would be very, very difficult to prove, but maybe we're not min-maxing this by going to all the conflict highs. These things if they're not in the files, are very difficult to demonstrate. Let's go to a few greens and let's see what happens. Just for the toss of the coin. Let my coffee get cold. Thing about cold coffee is it's never very nice, but I always want to get that last bit of caffeine out of the cup. Is that the sign of an addict? I'm also wondering if a better mix. We're getting very, very lucky with the travellers. I approached the lost traveller, their skin translucent, as if they were not truly there. Don't you understand it? Why we cannot meet? Why we find only hollow echoes or corpses? There is only one of us for each iteration, a single traveller sent out to explore its vast creation. This is the answer to that question you were asking the other day, Ignition, about what exactly are the travellers. It's us, but in every iteration. But we are speaking at all that the boundaries have crumbled as much as they have. It should fill you with terror, not with hope. Ask about the boundaries. The boundaries are all that separate concept from concept, possible world from possible world. The Sentinels ever policing their anomalies and breaches. If the boundaries were to fall, everything would descend into everything. An endless bonfire of causation burning in the abyss. Take this, it will do no good, yet you will need it. Ping. I'm not a big tea drinker. I don't mind tea. I do drink tea. Yes, finally. I do drink tea. But my wife doesn't drink tea. So I tend to drink coffee, because that's what's in the house all the time. Well, we got lucky, so let's continue with that after we get the grave, which I'm not seeing. Did I not ask him? Let's go backtrack. I want that grave. Yes, I got distracted by the fact that he gave me a geology cannon, which we don't want to be pinned. Now I've got to find him. He was walking around. Usually spawn up here somewhere to the right as you're looking in. There he is. This one always reminds me of the Pink Panther, which dates me. I come from a tea drinking family, but I never liked tea as a kid, so I never got into the habit of drinking tea. tea will be cheaper than coffee, and it will get more and more expensive to have coffee. It's going to be more and more of a luxury as time goes on. Thanks, Gravnor. Atlas was silent in the face of their sin. They would hear the voice of God, and in their agony they would know that they were the other travellers. They were not dead. They never were. Nothing dies, just as you won't. These graves are not monuments. They are echoes of those who have been taken there, traces of voices that forever scream. The fallen traveller's grave is marked by a glyph, an epitaph of some ancient technology. Got a couple of mega memory fragments, and I've only got the one at the moment. We should sell those at the next space station. No, hyperdrive has no fuel. Why it can't just take it from my inventory with my permission, I don't know. So let's use... Is it that one? No, it's that one.
Technology recharge.
While we're here...
Recharge.
Conflict. So we're getting quite close to both the final salvage frigate modules and also the final glyphs. What glyphs are we on? We're only going to need one more. I mean, the thing about carrying on the Titan save is if you don't really like the storylines and you're not that bothered about the autophage, you get a staff and you don't technically have to do any of the stories. Because we get automatic access to the purple systems. Yes.
Product received.
We can only say that we were lucky with that, but it's paid off going to the... So one more. Yeah, I mean, one of the main reasons, I mean, this is way off topic, but one of the main reasons coffee is going to get more expensive is because there are less and less coffee growers. People don't want to be coffee growers. It's a rather thankless job. That's a nice looking planet. This could be it. Could get it from here. don't know what the source of the caffeine is that's in caffeinated drinks. Does anybody know? Like, for instance, Coke or something like that. I presume it's not completely artificially made. That would be far too difficult. Yay! Well, that paid off. Going to the lower economies definitely paid off. Not lower conflicts, rather. So we've got the 12. Just double check across there that there's no hidden traveller. Nope. Spend the storage first. We've got to the maximum of the C class in the main. I don't know what the retracted message. Oh no, I can see what the retracted message is. Was there another exotic, was there? Well, we can always go back and see if it's a first spawn. If it came in that early. First wave, rather. So, we can now, with the inclusion of a crystallized heart and some quartzite, both of which I have to go and get. It's not listed under hyperdrive.
Technology installed.
And we can now do this. So at least we've got something to do now that's a bit different to just going from system to system. Space station, previous system. Let's see if anything comes in on the first wave. I am rather hyper-focused on just getting these salvage frigate modules, and even if I saw an exotic, I wouldn't claim it. But it's always worth knowing. Right, so while we're thinking about that, what's the most recent purple system we've been to? That blue and that purple are so similar. I can hear a ship. It's a short runway. For years, well, for months, maybe a couple of years, we speculated that this opening was too small for the current model and the ships were flying through the roof. They changed the model of the space station and they still fly in through the roof. You don't have to save and reload. I've done it many times just walking into a system. If it doesn't turn up straight away, then I will save and reload. There's also another thing you can do, which is fly out of the entrance and do a scan and see if it's in the local vicinity. In other words, just like every other thing in this game, I've worked out my own systems and ignored all the advice. At one stage I was farming a particular first wave, and I could just warp into it and get it consistently. Usually I would go into that system, across to the other side in the old star and the old star stations, look at the other terminal, and then it would usually spawn in about then. Right, let's do the flying out thing just to see if it's in the vicinity, because it can only land if it's in the vicinity. And that's one of the reasons why first spawns have become less reliable now. It's because of the way the space stations are situated. No, it's not here. Nope. It's not a first wave. If it was a first wave, it would spawn in immediately. That's the thing. I checked this one, didn't I? You want the glyphs anyway. You want to check it. Bird. I really do need to make something that puts this in the middle of the screen. Bird, scarab, galaxy, triangle, flying insect, ship, rocket, waypoint, moon over the water, flying insect, whale. You need to know. Did you think you saw a squid? Or did you think you heard a squid? Has a squid got a different sound? I don't know. Yeah. What are we doing now? So we're going to sell these things. I'm not a big squid fan, so I've never really farmed them. What are we on? 26,600. And need to go to a purple system. Hasn't come out yet. Sometimes I used to fly close when I was doing searches for different rosters. I used to fly next to the freighters and spawn the ships around the freighters. Yeah, I can't actually see the freighter. Why am I not seeing it? There it is. Yeah, they spawn just behind the freighter. I'm probably teaching people to suck eggs here because it's not that unusual a way of finding ships. quite a quick way of finding the roster, though, because you can get the names and the models down. Find out if it's worth doing further searches. It's not going to let me pulse there. Have a good meal, Ignition. Usually we hang around here somewhere. It will help them spawn in. They're not spawning in at the moment, though. And if all else fails, land and take off again. Which it's just forced me to do anyway. While I'm here, I might as well see what it is. It's an A class. 1811 though. I've got so much space here at the moment. That would cause problems in this save. Right, let's move on. Let's find this purple system that I should have in my custom waypoint. Talking of caffeine, I haven't had enough of it today. Okay, so we want normal quartzite. Let's go to this planet if it's not a storm planet. It isn't. Definitely struggles slightly frame rate wise with the purple systems. Seeing deposits at all.
Incoming storm.
Uranium. Magnetized ferrite, uranium, quartzite. Half a click, that's not too bad. Let's go under the worm structure because we haven't been able to do that for years. did we need? $250. I mean, to be honest, now with the salvage frigate modules, I would just be happy picking up one or two at a time, because at this stage, the only thing it's going to add to my freighter is a few rooms, which of course would be nice to have, but it wouldn't help with the functionality because I've got everything I need on my freighter. And a little bit of extra warp distance. Now we have this ability to warp, to summon our exocraft using the exosuit, which obviously is a later game thing, but in this save we have it. We don't need the exocraft summoning station, which is the one thing I think I haven't got. I suppose the other thing I haven't got is the stellar extractor. I'm not down any hit points. Yeah, that's to clarify, Gravnaut, that's why I'm now doing the quartzite. Because I got the purple. I guess I've got enough of that. So now I'm going to need to go to a dissonant planet. There's usually dissonant planets in purple systems, so that's also handy. Don't get that new tech is something that can occupy one cargo slot or an inventory slot. I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, tech slots. Still not quite sure where the trade-off is there. What you're referring to. If you mean what I was just talking about, the what's it called? If you mean the exocraft summoning unit, then well, we have space at the moment in our exosuit, so why have it on a freighter? The only way, if it's on the freighter, then you have to have the freighter in the system you're in. So that depends on your playstyle, I guess. If you're the type of person that always warps your freighter everywhere, then fair enough. So, dissonant planet. Let's just stop me scanning that. It was obviously just too far away. Dissonance, that'll do. I mean, at the moment, we have exactly the right number of slots available to us, 60 slots, to put all of the technology in except for the rocket boots. So if you're the type of person that also likes rocket boots, and some people love them, I can't stand them, then yes, there's still a bit of a trade-off going on there. What's this world called? Gonna have to land and double check now. It's a very unusual planet. Superheated air. Scalding planet. I was comparing the summoning unit in your tech slot with the summoning station in your cargo slot. What summoning station in your cargo slot? Oh, you mean carrying one at all times? Yeah, you could do that. I don't. Yes, I get what you're saying now. Well, because I have exactly the right amount of inventory for what I want, for my needs, then I'm not that bothered. It's awkward to land and then place the summoning station down and then get your ship and then remember to delete the summoning station. I just find that a bit awkward, and I really like the fact that we have a quality of life item at the end. And it is one of those things you only get towards the end. If I not dismantle it, if I store it, you have to have activated quartzite and you have to have crystallized helium. So you have to have access to purple systems to even get it. So it's a late game quality of life thing that some people will like and some people might not, I guess. If it's not for you, well, it's a late game thing anyway. You don't have the option for quite a long while. I'm not seeing any... Maybe I'm just going to have to get involved in a fight.
Incoming storm.
Oh, I've actually discharged it.
Technology recharge.
Ow. Spotted the dissonance resonator after I started the fight. Nasty planet. Yeah, it's just a convenience thing. It's just a quality of life thing. And something that I appreciate because I was getting annoyed with the old system. I mean, it doesn't win if you love the rocket boost, because you don't have the space for it if you love the rocket boots. we actually going to get any quads at all? Is it because I'm sitting on a promontory I'm not seeing them? Yeah, not most people. Most people that have been playing the game for a long while. Whoa! I've tried to demonstrate that I don't need rocket boots and get picked up by a tornado. Whoa! Don't. Not the best planet for this. Can't even see the ground. Am I going to the water or am I going to ground? That was a bit of a guess. Right, I think it was just the one crystallized heart, wasn't it? Okay, I don't need to be involved in this fight any longer than I have to.
Hostile scan detected. Weather update. Storm clearing.
Just get out of the atmosphere and get away from this fight, and then I'll address that question. Yes, you're not the only person to mention that portals are needing recharging a lot more at the moment. I've seen other people mentioning it on Reddit. I'm not sure myself because I've been playing this save quite a lot, so I haven't been really focusing. I don't think anybody knows what the conditions are. Because it seems a bit random. I mean, it could be that the positioning of the portals is not exact. I know they're one of the things that can budge around if you try and make bases at portals. Sometimes portal can budge around a bit, so it could be worth putting a save point next to a portal and always saving and reloading and seeing if that makes a difference. Right, well, I've done really what I set out to do, but I've got a little bit of time left. I've got 26,000 nanites. I guess I could go back to that ample fauna, see if I can get my nanites up, but 25,000 or 24,000 odd is going to take a while. How many are on this one? Not even a full 3,000. And how is there underground? No, I think we checked that before. So it's worth doing. Let's... 30 minutes, that should do us.
Units received. Units received.
Just over the hill, that's over the hill.
Units received. Units received. Units received.
Just doing something over there.
Units received.
We got so far 6. Flying uncommon, and the rest are underwater. Pick a direction, run in it, and listen out for bird noises is my tactic for uncommons. Didn't even have a noise, but there it is. It's not going to scan properly. Back away.
Units
Okay. I thought there was sea nearby. Yes, there is, but it's a little bit further than I thought. Let's fly. We can actually land on water now, I just remembered. We haven't done that with this ship yet. See if any of them are nocturnal. Is it this one? Yeah. Underwater, always active, always active. It's a pretty standard set then. It certainly didn't used to be changing galaxies, because I used to change galaxies all the time, and there was one galaxy in portal in Euclid I was always using to check things, and it was nearly always charged. Very occasionally it would be uncharged. And I don't spend an awful lot of time in Euclid in that save.
Units received. Units received. Units received.
They're over the rise there.
Units received.
But then just because something didn't used to be that way doesn't mean it isn't now. They might have set some rules for it now, I don't know. Right, I'm guessing if I'm going to start searching for fauna as a nanite opportunity, I might as well start using my freighter for the purpose for which it is designed, i.e. warping around and using the scanner to see what's here. Ah, wrong button. Look like hollow thermoses. I hadn't thought about it, but I like them. A bit like those ones, you mean? No, you don't mean that at all, do you? This is where I should maybe rearrange my ship a bit and have this a more convenient spot. There, no, where is it? Where did I put it? Oh, I walked right past it, probably. There it is. It's not that inconvenient. Right. 1, 7, 10, 15. That might be worth it. And 6, 15. With no underground. That's a good one. Double check that. Ground, 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 ground. Flying, flying, underwater, underwater, ground, underwater, underwater. Yes. Yeah, they are a new asset. They're very nice. It's part of the new underwater stuff. Punt Miner. It's got the ships with the orbs on the front. Some people really like those. Yeah, that's most likely it. Seems, yep, that's it. Seemed to match the colours. Well, what's going on? I don't know if you were here when I got the last salvage frigate module for the freighter, but I now have that. So I've just called my freighter in now. I'm just going to use it as a scanning device. And because I'm nowhere near being able to test the Royal S-Class until I get 50,000 nanites, then I'm going to be scanning some fauna for a bit. But I mean, in the meantime, what I was doing was getting the resources. So I'm getting the crystallized heart, is it? And the quartzite. And I would say I'm mostly over the salvage frigate. I mean, salvage frigate module hunt now, because I've got the ability to get to any system, and the rest I can just get piecemeal if I ever continued this save, which I may not, but I probably will keep it for a while and delete one of the older ones. You never know, there may be a really interesting expedition before the end of the week. It's even something.
Units received.
Let's see what's... The red dot appeared to be actually inside him, and now it's strange.
Units received. Units received. Units received.
I'll have to look at it more closely in the daylight to judge whether I like it or not. Some of them can be quite nice. It doesn't seem to suffer from that patchy grass syndrome that a lot of lushers are suffering from at the moment.
Units received.
I do have a bit of a soft spot for bioluminescent planets. Let's have a look at how we're doing with the discoveries. So one rare ground, and then we're into flying, and then the underwaters. Another rare ground. That's probably going to be a beetle, I guess. I suppose it could be one of those pop-up things.
Units received.
Yeah, it's going to be a weird creature of some kind. Let's have a look at the colour scheme of this planet. The green sky is a bit unusual. So we get that.
Units received.
Was it always active? Yes. Let's just walk north for a bit. Go on, camera center on me. Doesn't want to move. That's better. And then go back that way, and then it usually centers. I am tempted by a gimbal camera, but it just seems a bit of an expense at the moment. Maybe that would be a good reason to set up memberships, but I'm always a bit wary of memberships on a YouTube channel unless you're going to provide specific kinds of content over a long period of time.
Units received.
These unusual ground creatures can be a bit of a pain. Maybe I'll go and do the underwater creatures and come back. Oh, there it is. Just as I was giving up on it. Oh, it's a flower cat. That's why you're listed away from all the other ground creatures. Is that a Narcissus one? It looks like it. Sort of. It's got a more open front. .1 meters. Right, underwater. Let's call my ship. I think one of the waters was nocturnal. Yes. So we don't want to go into the daylight yet. But I might want to see where the water is. Make us not play No Man's Light, No Fire. I think if it was a pure MMO, I wouldn't bother to play it. I mean, I'd play it initially, but I'm not really into MMOs. But I can't imagine that that's what it will be. One of the things that puts me off of it is the anthropomorphic animals. I agree with that. I would buy it anyway. Because, I mean, I bought, for instance, Last Campfire, which I enjoyed. But I only bought it because I was determined to give back some money towards Hello Games that wouldn't let me pay anything else apart from maybe the odd bit of merch.
Units received. Units received.
But I did enjoy it, actually. It's more of a puzzle game if nobody's ever played it.
Units received.
Did I get these? I don't see the dot, so maybe I did. Yes, I did. So, one underwater, always active, and common. And it's over there.
Units received.
3,700. Yeah, I'm not that keen on the anthropomorphic animal thing. So that kind of says no. But it doesn't totally put me off. I mean, for instance, I grew up with the Narnia books. So it's not something that totally says no to me. Depends how it's implemented, really. I'm very nearly at the time where I need to finish. My alarm will probably go off shortly. So let's head back to my freighter. If it will let me. Yeah, this kind of freighter is quite nice. If it had a high enough inventory space, I'd probably, and it was a high enough class, I'd be tempted. A1912. So again, it's better than I've got. But 1912, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14. Yeah, I've got too many. I'm at that stage now where it probably needs to be an S-class capital to really not penalise me for swapping. Unless I save up a load of unless I was to save up a load of the cargo slot thing, what are they called? Bulkheads. So I've got 33,122 nanites. I quite like system freighters. It's just that it's slight inconvenience sometimes. When you're trying to build up a save. Why I was flying towards my freighter when I could just call it in. It's just I haven't actually used summonable freighters for so long because I usually leave them parked so that I can always make sure my refiners are working. But what I could do instead is warp. I'm not that fussy about my freighter these days. I guess because in various other saves I've always managed to get exactly the freighter I wanted. And I've had all the different freighters now, so it doesn't really bother me what type of freighter I have. Okay, so the question at this stage, he says trying to turn off his alarm before it goes off, because I'm going to finish up. The question at this stage is it worth grinding for these now? Or are we already at a point where this save is viable and could just be continued as a main save? And I think that is the case. I think we've mostly completed this now. We've got We've got a decent multi-tool with a decent number of slots that we could even easily expand and get better if we really wanted to, with a different weapon maybe, but we've got a decent weapon in there. We've got a freighter that's got reasonable gear in it that's going to support some frigates. So we'd build up a frigate fleet quite easily and start to get things coming back. We're already getting things coming back that are valuable. The thing that we haven't demonstrated yet is that we can actually expand the cargo or inventory, tech inventory of this ship. We haven't had one thing come back for that, which is frustrating. Apart from that, I think this is pretty much a viable save now. I may continue with this until Thursday. So, but I might, because I'll probably stream on Thursday if there is a new drop, I might only stream tomorrow and then save my energy for Thursday. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see. I'll definitely stream tomorrow. We'll see how that, and I'll make a decision tomorrow as to whether I stream on Wednesday. I've camped out the trading post. I'll let you know tomorrow. Okay, so you're looking for the squid, are you? Okay, well, thanks for joining me. I do have to run. It was nice seeing you all dropping in anyway, even though my stream was shorter. And I'll catch you all later. Travel well, and goodbye for